Today we're diving into one of the most incredible epics ever told, the Ramayana. Now this is so much more than just an adventure story. For millions, it's a guide to living an ideal life, and it all centers around Lord Rama, who's seen as an earthly incarnation, an avatar of the Hindu god Vishnu.
So, right from the get-go, we need to understand that Rama's entire journey is about one thing: upholding Dharma. Think of Dharma as righteousness, duty, and the cosmic order of things. His life is basically the ultimate playbook for navigating morality, sacrifice, and what it means to do the right thing, no matter how hard it is. So let's see how this incredible journey gets started.
All right, let's set the scene. We're in the beautiful, prosperous kingdom of Kosala, and its capital is the magnificent city of Ayodhya. It's here, in this grand setting, that the stage is set for a divine birth and the arrival of a hero for the ages.
So the kingdom was ruled by the noble King Dasharatha. Now he had 3 queens, but for the longest time, no children to be his heirs. Finally, after a sacred ritual, his queens were blessed with 4 sons. Rama, our hero, was the eldest, born to the first queen, Kaushalya. Then you have Bharata, born to Kaikeyi, and the twins, Lakshmana and Shatrughna, born to Sumitra.
The first time the world really gets a glimpse of Rama's divine power is at this huge ceremony. See, the Princess Sita was up for marriage, but only to the man who could string a colossal divine bow that once belonged to the god Shiva. I mean, king after king tried and couldn't even budge it. But then Rama steps up, lifts it with ease, and snaps it in 2. Just like that, he wins Sita's hand and this incredible divine couple is formed.
So everything is looking perfect. Rama is the beloved prince, he's about to be crowned king. It seems like a golden age is just about to begin. But palace politics and a promise made long ago are about to throw a wrench in the whole thing.
Okay, so here's the twist. Years earlier, King Dasharatha granted his second queen, Kaikeyi, any 2 wishes she wanted, because she saved his life in battle. Now, egged on by a manipulative handmaiden, she decides it's time to cash them in, and her demands are absolutely devastating, completely upending the line of succession and sending the entire kingdom into chaos.
And this right here, this shows you everything you need to know about duty and loyalty in this story. Rama, being the perfect son, just accepts his fate without a single complaint. His brother Bharata is horrified by what his mother has done and flat out refuses the throne. Instead, he takes Rama's sandals, places them on the throne, and vows to rule only as a caretaker until the true king returns. It's all too much for King Dasharatha, who tragically dies of a broken heart.
So Rama, his devoted wife Sita, and his ever-loyal brother Lakshmana begin their 14-year exile in the forest. They're living a simple, peaceful life, but that peace is about to be absolutely shattered by an encounter that will kick off an epic war.
This is the moment everything changes. What seems like such a small, innocent request turns out to be the first domino in a tragic and very cunning plot. So really, how on earth did one beautiful deer set the stage for a massive war?
It all starts with a demoness named Shurpanakha, who happens to be the sister of the 10-headed demon king, Ravana. She tries to seduce Rama, gets rejected, and then attacks Sita in a fit of rage. Lakshmana jumps in to defend Sita and injures Shurpanakha. Well, she runs back to her brother Ravana, who then cooks up this elaborate trap for revenge. He gets a demon to disguise himself as a magical golden deer, which Sita sees and asks Rama to get for her. Rama goes after it, and the demon mimics Rama's voice, crying for help. This tricks Lakshmana into leaving Sita's side to go help. And with Sita finally alone, Ravana makes his move, kidnapping her and flying off to his kingdom of Lanka. When Rama and Lakshmana get back to their empty hut, they are just heartbroken. And so begins a desperate search for Sita, who's also known as Janaki. And along this journey, they're going to build some incredibly powerful alliances that will be absolutely crucial for the fight ahead.
Their first clue comes from the dying king of the eagles, Jatayu, who actually fought Ravana trying to stop him. Their search then leads them to the Vanaras, a powerful race of monkey folk. There, Rama helps their exiled king, Sugriva, win back his throne. In return, Sugriva promises Rama his entire army, which includes his greatest general, the incredibly devoted and powerful Hanuman. And later on, even Ravana's own brother, Vibhishana, who knows what Ravana did was wrong, leaves his side and joins Rama's cause.
Okay, this next part is just legendary.
Hanuman, remembering his own divine powers, grows to an enormous size and takes a single, monumental leap across the entire ocean to the island of Lanka. He manages to find Sita, giving her Rama's ring to let her know that help is coming, and then, just to send a message to Ravana, he sets the Golden City on fire before leaping all the way back.
The mission is now crystal clear. They know where Sita is, and the army is ready to go. Rama and his allies are now standing at the edge of the ocean, poised to wage a war for Dharma itself and bring Sita home.
But first, they had a pretty significant problem. An impossible barrier, really. How was an army of monkeys and bears supposed to cross this vast, churning ocean to get to Ravana's fortress?
Well, the solution was nothing short of a miracle. You see, there were two engineers in the Vanara army, the brothers Nal and Neel, who had a divine gift. Any stone they touched would float on water. So, with this incredible power, the entire army gets to work, building a massive floating bridge, the Ram Setu, all the way across the ocean to Lanka.
What happens next is one of the most epic battles in all of literature. Ravana's most fearsome warriors, like his giant brother Kumbhakarna and his powerful son Meghnad, are taken down one by one. The whole war comes to a head in a spectacular duel between Rama and the 10-headed Ravana. After a long and fierce struggle, Rama strikes Ravana's one and only weak spot, his navel, and finally defeats the Demon King for good.
So, victory. Sita is rescued. The 14 years of exile are finally over. Rama, Sita, and Lakshmana get ready for a triumphant return to Ayodhya. But the trials for our heroes, they're not quite over yet. Before they can return, there's a really painful moment where Sita has to undergo a public trial by fire to prove her purity after being held captive. She walks into the flames, and the fire god Agni himself emerges to proclaim her innocence. With her honor restored, they return to Ayodhya to a massive celebration where Rama is finally crowned king. And it seems like at last they can live in peace.
But this is where the story really shows you the heavy burden of leadership. Even though she passed the trial by fire, some citizens of Ayodhya start gossiping, questioning the queen's purity. Rama, bound by his Raja Dharma, his duty as a king to put his people first, above everything, makes the absolutely heart-wrenching decision to exile Sita, who, by the way, is pregnant. She finds a home at an ashram, where she gives birth to twin boys, Love and Kush. Years and years later, these two boys, who have no idea who their father is, end up challenging his army and are finally and unknowingly reunited with him.
And that's what we're left with, really. The Ramayana is for sure a story of good triumphing over evil. But it's also a really deep and often painful look at what duty means. Is the real lesson about the final victory? Or is it about the enormous personal sacrifices you have to make to uphold Dharma, no matter what it costs you? It's a question that people have been thinking about for thousands of years.